searching, solving mysteries in the night. Chasing shadows, finding answers, shining bright light. No one's left behind, in the darkness all alone. With a heart like a siren, she brings the lost ones home. Silent cries in the dark no longer have to be, for justice wheels keep turning, granny on the beat. Broken voices find their power, call out hope again. When these crime busters run, no victims left to pay. Bravery in her veins, true she won't disguise. With a fire in her eyes, she's got nothing to deny. Granny fights for justice, never backs down from the call. For the voiceless and the missing, she'll stand tall.
Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Ginger, good to see you. Dreaming of Blue Skies, good to see you. Glad everybody's coming on in. So what did you guys think of the videos last night, huh? I thought we'd watch it and talk about it. There should be, I heard 2 more coming. 17 is going to do one with Chris by himself. And then we have the one with both Chris and Katie coming tonight. I believe that's at 6:00 Central Time. So, yeah, kind of interesting. I don't know. I've seen a lot of people talking about them, right? And so, yeah, we're going to jump on that bandwagon. Hello, K9. Good to see you. And we're going to discuss it too, right? I know that there's been a lot of different opinions out there, but then again, I think there's a lot that are the same as well. I've been watching all day to see if Deception Detective put out anything on it. I mean, he's put out a few comments in regards to it. Peter Hyatt passed. Oh my goodness, that's so sad. Oh man, that's awful. Oh, he was such a good creator too. That's really sad. We need to lift his family up in prayers, guys. Do we have to hear from CP? Yeah, right? Do we? Yeah. That's just a shame, and that, you know, all of his subscribers, of which I was one of them. I mean, he was incredible. He really built a good following. He stayed true to his word. He was a good man, very good man. That's sad. It's really sad. I hate that. The good ones always have to go first, don't they? Just very frustrating. Yeah, let's see. I did want to I thought I would maybe show you a couple of Deception Detectives comments. So let me get there. All right. So he put here, OJ said, "I'll never stop searching for the killer. Patty Ramsey said, "We'll never stop searching for the kidnapper." Katie Proudfoot, "We're never going to stop searching." Kind of weird, huh? Never going to stop searching. This one he put, "We're never going to stop searching. The truth shall set you free." Then he said, "Do you think Katie watched my videos?" So I don't know. I just like him because he's got a sense of humor, but when he does his videos, he's right on, right? Um, I almost went on today. "Hello, Lady for Justice. Good to see you." Yeah, it's really sad about Mr. Hyatt's family. I know. But this one did ask something different, right? So I thought that that was interesting, but I told you guys what I'd be asking. I'd be saying, "Okay, he didn't walk out the door. What happened? Tell us what happened." There's no scent, there's no proof, there's no evidence. Even law enforcement has said that. He did not walk out the door, Katie. What happened? That'd be what I'd be asking. Thank you, lady. Yes, please hit the like button. Um, could really use that. So anyway, without further ado, let's go to this interview, which, by the way, guys, I was really disappointed in how cut up and chopped up this video is. I wanted to see a total solid video of Katie, and it just wasn't that. I just wanted to go back to that a little bit because I really do want to break this down and talk about it today, guys. What are your thoughts? Oh, it didn't show that. Let me. We'll just start it over.
The last time I saw my son was when he went to bed.
Okay. Break it down for me. Tell me what you see. Eyes closed. She's talking about the last time she saw her son. Good point, Ginger. Making them out to be the victims when poor Sebastian is the one that's a victim. That's right. And dreaming more of the same, sadly. So did you guys, eyes closed, looking down? Yeah. So you guys, why isn't it showing it? Anyway, but you guys are just feeling that she just did this to be doing it. Why do you think, what are your thoughts as far as why she did this? just because it's the year and it's expected. I'm gonna refresh this.
The last time I saw my son was when he went to bed.
Tonight marks 1 year since Sebastian Rogers disappeared from his home near Beach High School in Sumner County. He's 16 now, but there are still...
You guys aren't seeing that, are you? So let's do this. Better. Sympathy. She wants sympathy. She felt like it was the obligatory interview because it's the one coming up. Yeah, I think so too. Hello, momming it up. I don't think she did. I think she knows who did, but may not have been her. I change my opinion regularly. You know, momming it up, it's hard, right? We don't know what's going on. And so, yeah, I mean, I have gone back and forth as well. I think that she's guilty of something. Because like I said, she's the last person to see him as far as we know. And there's no evidence. Even law enforcement said there's no evidence that he walked out the door. So my question to Katie would be, what happened? There's no evidence. You're not telling the truth. What happened? That'd be what I'd be saying to her. Yeah. She had to, 1 year anniversary, right. And never once said his name. But isn't it kind of funny how we just watched the Mike Demand video the other night where he said that it's hard for Katie to say I love you to her son? And so not only did Deception Detective put it out there that she may be watching his videos, but I think Mike Demand said the same thing. He said, is Katie watching my videos? I found that so funny because, you know, all of a sudden she says it, right? And it just cracks me up. So, why is this going back and forth, back and forth? I do not understand. Okay. Weird. Okay. Turn it back on. StreamYard added a new feature and it's glitching. So
Still no confirmed sightings or leads in the case.
Fox 17 News' Kelly Avellino sat down with Rogers' mother, Katie Proudfoot, and the search for her son and the ongoing public scrutiny surrounding this investigation.
Green tea. A voice and an exuberant smile that have been missing for a year that Sebastian Rogers has gone without his favorite things.
Cats are the number one. He loves animals, almost all animals.
Animals, video games, books, and any chance in the pool.
She was looking at her at that point, and she had a smile on her face. Yeah, I go back and forth. I don't know what to think about her, guys. I think she said, "We love you" right after "I love you." Oh, and your family loves you. I think that's what she said. The vigil's coming up in the 1 year anniversary. Yeah. Hello, Pam. Good to see you. Yeah. So why did That's a good question, Canine. Why did she get rid of his cats? Right? Yeah. Good question.
He loves water. He swims like a fish.
Sebastian also missed his birthday.
December 7th. He would have.
He would, and now look at her look up. That look right there, guys, after what she just said, scares the daylights out of me. Yeah, and what about his snake? No, I don't have to. But it is somewhat easier. But I see what's going on. Whenever I click on a on a comment, it goes away. Yeah. Right there. That's all we need to know. Freudian slip, right? It's true. Talking in past tense. Exactly, Pam. She started to talk in past tense. She took a deep breath, stopped herself, took a deep breath, realized what she said, and looked up. Because she knew. And in my opinion, this is why she doesn't do interviews, because she knows that she messes up. Then he would not have drowned. That theory is out. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, and people who had that theory anyway, it's crazy because Seth said that Sebastian was an avid swimmer. He was very good. So, for him to drown in that pond is ridiculous because, first of all, the pond was only knee deep to a man, right? I mean, if you go back and you look at my videos, I showed where narc divers and CJ were out there and they walked that pond. And not only did they do it, but law enforcement did it and law enforcement drained it. So he's not in that pond. He didn't drown in that pond. It's crazy. Unless he was held under. Gosh, I hope not. Right? Yeah. Any mother would have a lot to say about a milestone birthday. Yeah, CP said he hated dirty water. They all said he hates to be dirty. He liked to be in a pool when he was swimming. He didn't want to be in a lake or a pond. He wanted to be in a pool where he could see what's in it. And she has pictures of him. We saw it. Pictures of him, in a pool. Happy as a clam, right? So, I don't know. I have a really I get a really bad feeling just even looking at this, and this is what I put on my thumbnail and that's why I put that picture on my thumbnail, because it gives me a bad feeling, guys. The way that she talked, the way she started talking past tense, stopped herself, looked upwards. Where is she looking to? Hello, Cheryl. Yeah, he didn't leave the house on his own. I agree with you, lady. I agree with you 100%. She hasn't really talked to Seth since it happened, has she? Because Seth knows her, right? Yes. I mean, she's lying by looking up, but I also think it means a little more than that. I hope that I'm wrong. And I'm not even going to go there. But it does give me a creepy feeling to see that.
He turned 16, and he should be home for that.
But Sebastian, who has autism, hasn't been home since February of last year. After dinner at the Texas Roadhouse on the 25th, Katie says she and her son went home.
Did anything happen the night he went missing that was like cause him to run away?
So see, that was a different question, right? Did anything happen that evening that would have caused him to run away? Right? That's a different question. She's kind of, you know, being bold without trying to be mean about it.
Was he punished in any way? An argument? Just a normal night?
It was a normal night. It was a calm night.
That turned tumultuous by the next morning.
It was when I went in his room and
What is she seeing in her mind right there, guys? When I went into his room and what is she seeing in her mind's eye? Oh, that's sad, K9. Memory of someone who's passed away. But, I mean, really, what is in her mind right there? When I went in his room and closes her eyes. Her cheeks are very red. Her neck. That usually means nerves. Yeah, Seth can see right through her. Yes, especially after having gone through his own shenanigans with Katie in California. Yes, he knows exactly. But you know what? Seth could have told us a whole lot more, guys. And he hasn't. And I have respect for him for not doing that. He could have told us a whole lot more, right? I mean, we know a little bit, right? How much more could he have told us? I don't know. I'm just saying he probably could have told us a whole lot more, and he has been very respectful about it. Yeah, she's hesitating and she's trying not to tell what's in her thoughts. But you can tell she's thinking about something, right? What is she thinking? She already knew. That's what I think so too. She knew. She had to have known what happened to him. Whether it was nefarious or whether, well, nefarious, it was either way, right? But whether it was something that harmed him or whether he was taken, she knows. And law enforcement knows that, guys. Law enforcement knows. They are the ones that said there's no evidence that Sebastian walked out of that house. Why do you think they stopped ground searching a week in? Why do you think that they searched the landfill? Guys, they know something's wrong here. they're just building their case. Hello, Margaret. Yes, Seth is focused on Sebastian more than anything else. He really is. Reflecting on her rehearsed lines from her lawyer. Yeah. Could be. Could be. I think she's seeing whatever happened. You know, what, like I said, whether it's he was harmed or whether she's seeing that, him being taken. She's seeing it as she closes her eyes right here. That's my thoughts, my opinion, but that's what I'm thinking.
He wasn't there. He wasn't in his bed.
Katie says she frantically searched the house and drove around the neighborhood at 6:30 a.m. until she and Sebastian's stepfather, who says he was away for work at the time, called police.
We need you to search your properties every day.
But an Amber Alert and an extensive week-long search didn't yield one significant lead or even a glimpse of the boy on any doorbell cam video. Days later, investigators combed through a landfill 2 hours away, still saying they had found nothing.
There is no evidence to support foul play is involved in the disappearance of Sebastian.
But at this point, you don't rule it out?
We're not ruling anything out.
For the next year, any activity involved.
Okay, that irritates me because that's still the video from way back when, in the beginning. Why can't news agencies, I don't know, that really irritates me. You're eating hot wings and it's messy. And Ginger says she's getting those Boswell vibes again. I know, yes, K9, there is evidence. That's right. But they want to make sure that they put together a solid case. Right? I believe there's evidence. Just what does the evidence lead to? And that's what they're trying to figure everything out. Her mind's eyes seeing it. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Right. She didn't drive around the neighborhood looking for him. And then this next part I thought was ridiculous. There was no reason to be bringing it up, but okay.
Solving Sebastian's case would fuel droves of online followers and even a restraining order against one YouTuber.
There were quite a bit of people that were, sending some very threatening and hateful messages to us.
What would you say to those people?
Just stop.
Fox 17.
You stop. I'm sorry. There was no need to put that in there. What do you guys think? Do you feel that that's not focusing on Sebastian being gone for a year? There was no reason for that to be in there, in my opinion. It's bad enough you and I have to live with this every day where we see what's going on in the YouTube streets, right? But we don't need the news taking time away from Sebastian to show that stuff. There's zero need for it. Exactly. I mean, there's, and who's doing the death threats? Who's behind that? Her feelings may have gotten hurt, her and Chris's, but you know what? First of all, if Chris wasn't there, which we don't have a solid alibi for him, right? So that's still up in the air. But if he wasn't there, let's just give him the benefit of the doubt for a half second here. Then he should not be speaking. He should just shut his mouth. He should have shut his mouth from the very beginning, because he has only made everyone, he's triggered people. He's only made them angry. I mean, he should have just kept his mouth shut right from the get-go. Katie, we all know she's not telling the truth. I'm not saying she did it, guys, but I am saying she's not telling the truth. She was the last person to see Sebastian. He didn't walk out that door, no matter what she says, because there's no evidence that he did. So she needs to tell the truth. And they've only brought it on themselves. Any negativity coming their way has only been brought on by themselves, not by anybody else. Obviously, we're going to try to figure it out, and we're going to look at inconsistencies and outright lies, right? Yeah, I don't think they'll go either, Margaret. They haven't up till now. Yeah. They could have asked about the thud instead of, yeah, exactly. They could have. I'm already on blood pressure medicine, so oh gosh. You want to know the thud? Yeah. Well, Ginger said something to me or us the other day, that it started with rustling in the room, then a noise, and then it grew into a thud. So, do I think it's important? I do, because she escalated it, and then she stayed with the thud now. But how can we believe anything she says at this point? Seth's going to have a guest on his YouTube channel tomorrow night. Interesting. Yeah, they could have asked about her search efforts. That'd be interesting. I don't think she'd have anything to say. Oh, that's awesome, Margaret. I'm glad you came out. Let us know who you were. Cheryl, you're eating potato chips? And Ginger's out of cheesecake. I have a cream pie in the fridge. Half of one. That I plan on eating after this. We all have certain things. But yeah, Kanan, I'm already on blood pressure medicine, so that's not going to help me. Right. If there was a thud and he was hurt, he would not have walked out the door. Stress eating, yes. Well, I mean, think about it. We are all invested in this case, aren't we? We care about him and we want to see him home. And I have said that I want to hold on to what Seth is hoping for, that Sebastian's alive. But guys, I got to tell you, it's getting harder and harder to do that. Right? It's getting harder and harder to do that. I want to. There's no evidence that he's gone. But when I look in Katie's face in this interview, I don't have a good feeling. I'm just going to put that out there. I don't have a good feeling. I hope that I am wrong. I want to be wrong. You might double up. Ice cream, stress eating. Yeah. Yeah, I had ordered just a piece of a cream pie on DoorDash yesterday, and I couldn't eat the whole thing because it was really rich. And so I thought, okay, I'll have that tonight. Oh, that sounds good, dreaming. Mini sliders and chicken quesadillas. You know what I would love to have right now is White Castles. I love them. They're nowhere around here. What do you mean, Canine? He would have. Strawberry ice cream. Yum. All right, let's continue on with this. We're not getting very far, but that's okay.
News sent the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, the lead agency in the investigation, a list of questions in anticipation of this story, including asking if there are any new leads.
Okay, so guys, them looking underneath in the crawl spaces like that, I don't know about you, but that's bogus. I know that some autistic children like to hide, and that Sebastian did, but he would hide in a closet or under his bed, Seth said. Those are places that are pretty much clean. Sebastian did not like to be dirty. Do you honestly think he would go into a crawl space? I'm not so sure of that. Oh, yes, Canine. He would have, yes. Yes, I agree. And that's made me double think too. But it's like I said, let them keep giving these interviews, guys, because it's a known fact. Perpetrators always make mistakes. And you got to know how many people are tearing apart these videos and looking at everything, including law enforcement, TBI, FBI, Secret Service, Dog, At Night, Nick, Hung, One World. They're all tearing this apart. They're going to make a mistake, guys. Yeah, Seth said he hated spiders. When they were telling me the only way, here is the only way that I think he could have been in the crawl space of that home. Here's what I'm going to tell you. It's a scenario that I've thought of that I don't know if it even could be true, okay? But sometimes homes that have crawl spaces not only have an entry from the outside. I lived in a home in Portland, Tennessee, like 25 miles away from Hendersonville, okay, that had a crawl space. In the master bedroom, there was a trap door to the crawl space. So that if for some reason you couldn't get in from the outside, you could get in from the inside, okay? If, just go with me here, right? Say the thud was something horrific and they needed to hide him for a bit underneath that crawl space so that he didn't go out the doors to be seen by the cameras, put him underneath that crawl space. And where that door on the outside is to the crawl space, there's no cameras there until you get out into the common area. Put him from the inside into there, take him from the outside out to where you're going. Just a thought, guys. Just a thought. But I don't know if that house has an inside trap. door. You know, I lived in one that did. I mean, I don't know. It's just all speculation on my part, but there you have it, right? And that would be the only way I think he would go in one, because he didn't like to be dirty. He didn't like spiders. He didn't like bugs, they said. There's be snakes in there. Could be anything. That's true, Ginger. Cadaver dogs would have picked up. That's true. That's very true. I didn't think of that. So, there, that one's nipped in the bud. I'm glad, because I didn't like the thought of that. But here we go.
What kind of evidence detectives have vetted, and if investigators still believe there is no indication of foul play. Sheriff Eric Craddock responded in an email saying, "This is an active and ongoing investigation. We continue to work with our state and federal partners. We will continue to seek a resolution in this case."
Okay, so that is the most recent statement to the news media from Eric Craddock. Okay, let's just back it up a little bit. I completely understand where you are coming from, but the only statement we have is that this is an active and ongoing investigation. We continue to work with our state and federal partners. We will continue to seek a resolution in this case. That is the most recent thing. They're not saying they don't think it's foul play. They're not saying it's not a criminal investigation. They're really not saying anything. So Cheryl said, I believe he was alive but incapacitated when they took him out. Yeah. Yeah. So, and, he could have been drugged, because if they wanted to take him and put him somewhere, labor camp, boys' home, something like that. By the way, you guys were telling me the other night to look up Paris Hilton, what she'd been through. Oh my gosh. I never knew that. Crazy. Thing is, Ginger, there is right across the yard from the garage doors, there is a camera. I think he went out the back door. Because they could stay right next to the house. But there is a camera right, and if you go back and look at CJ's video where he's talking about where the cameras are, there is a camera right across the yard from the garage on that side that they would see somebody walking out there. Yeah, to bypass every camera in that community. Yeah. See, and I don't think they bypassed everything. I think they did. I think they went out the back door, my thought. And we do see flashlights in that common area. I believe the flashlight video. It's just too bad that we can't see the vehicle, people in that video. The work van was parked in front of the garage door. Okay. I mean, that's a possibility, right? That's a longer way to walk. Why not just go out the back door then? I mean, if they went around, because they went around the back of the house. So, you know what I'm saying? But it's possible if that work van was parked right there. It's possible, right? You guys are bringing up some good ideas. I mean, good speculation. Especially, if we're going to go with the flashlight video, right? I mean, I just wish there was we should all pitch in and buy that person on that corner a better security camera. Something that's more clear. A little bit too little, too late, right? I don't know. It just, I know it's dark there, but it didn't really pick up a whole lot. So it would have been nice if it could have picked up, um, license plate, make out people getting in and out of that car, faces. Am I asking for too much? I guess I probably am.
State and federal partners, we will continue to seek a resolution in this case.
What do you believe happened to Sebastian?
Deep breath, close eyes before you can even answer. What do you think happened to him?
Unfortunately, over the last year, I have thought every single day, night, every moment of every possibility of something that could happen to him, where he could have gone, if he had gone with someone, if someone took him willingly, unwillingly, if he'd run away and got lost, if he'd a million different things. And unfortunately, I don't know.
But Katie and a private investigator she retained.
Looking down, she's putting more things out there, though. Willingly, unwillingly, he went with somebody. He run away. There's no camera evidence. That person did install new cameras. Yes, we don't know what Ellie has. And by the way, they have the original from that camera of the flashlight video. They have the original. What we have seen is the video is on that person's computer, right? Downloaded, and they copied it with their cell phone. So you're getting extra light and more graininess in that video because it's a copy of a copy, basically. This next part really irritates me, but we're going to go ahead and listen to it because we all know that this has been debunked by not only law enforcement, but also the mob crew, which I have deep respect for.
Believe this piece of surveillance video taken the night that Sebastian went missing could be a lead in the case.
1217, a couple 100 yards away, there's a figure.
The Sumner County Sheriff said the video has no relevance to the case, but the Proudfoots aren't dismissing it until the identity of the person is confirmed by investigators. Unfortunately,
they don't have a right to know the identity of the person. I'm sorry. They don't. As long as it's not Sebastian, they don't have a right to know the identity of that person. It's my opinion. If they'd use their brains and listen to what Chris from the mob crew said, they would be able to see the house where the guy with the dog walked out of, and that's who it is. And he's their neighbor, so they probably know who he is if they'd use their brains. I'm sorry. This video and being put on national TV with that man is wrong on so many levels. And it's a last-ditch effort for Chris and Katie, in my opinion. And nobody's believing it. Nobody's believing it. Don't let this video upset you, because it has upset many who are now talking to. Yes, it upset me already, but yeah, going over it again kind of is upsetting, isn't it?
Possible break in Sebastian's case has gone nowhere.
No child goes poof. He's somewhere.
Sebastian's father, Seth Rogers, has also endured a year without his son.
Sebastian, son.
Seth brought in a team offering their own reward of $347,000. That's on top of the FBI's $50,000 reward.
To stop looking is to give up hope.
Hope that's still evident among volunteer searchers.
I'm not going to stop.
Missing signs and ribbons in Sebastian's favorite color.
And God, right now we're seeking you to reveal the truth to us.
Katie says detectives searching for that truth left no question unasked.
Lie detectors.
Yes.
For yourself
and my husband.
Which Katie says they passed. We don't know what investigators say about the test, but Katie says they have searched her home.
Thoroughly, many times. Cadavers, searchers.
What do police tell you at this point? What do they think?
Unfortunately, that they have zero evidence.
Zero trace of the boy with a smile.
You could tell that she hesitated there before she answered what police had to say. They're not talking to her, and she's not talking to them. Right? You could tell it. But the one good thing is, even if she has pled the fifth with law enforcement, and I'm sure her lawyer was sitting right there during this video, the police can use anything that is said, no matter where it's said.
That's imprinted on countless hearts, especially, Katie says, on her own.
I would just like to tell my son that I love him, and to know that we are never going to stop searching.
So a lost smile can be found.
Anyone who believes they may have seen Sebastian Rogers should immediately call 1-800-TBI-FIND or the Sumner County Sheriff's Office. There is a vigil for Sebastian this Saturday, March 1st at 2 p.m. at the Celebration of Life Church in Hendersonville. And we will certainly continue to update you on any information we learn in his case. I'm Kelly Avellino for Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Okay. So it was very subtle, but I really believe this reporter doesn't believe Katie, just because of some of the questions that she asked her, where she thought Sebastian could be, just because she did ask some different ones. She didn't ask the question I would want her to ask, but she probably has to be careful she'd keep her job. Yeah, she didn't answer the question, did she? Taking notes from her husband on that one, I think. But yeah, I think that reporter doesn't believe Katie. That's my opinion. But But she didn't bring up anything new, right? Everything she said about Sebastian, we already knew. Yes, they only did give Seth a little blip, but it wasn't his interview. So I think it's awesome that they put him in there at all. That tells me something. Because he's been the one that's been out there all this time, and they know it. Seth has been the one up front and center, right? They know that. So overall, what did you guys think? She's pretty much not telling the truth through the whole thing. Do you think, and the other question that I have is, do you think she's feeling grief? And tell me what your thoughts are on the tattoo. I know, was it K9 that already said she looked up about the tattoo? I was honestly surprised about the tattoo. But everybody go off eating their ice cream. Nobody's talking. Ice cream and cheesecake and so Ginger says she's sticking to the script and feeling the pressure. Yeah. I think so. She's feeling grief, but not the kind we think. She lied. And the tattoo says a lot. Ice cream, Margaret says. Yeah. And I agree with you, K9. I think I'm not sure what I think about the tattoo yet. I think I want to wait to give my thoughts on the tattoo until after we have some kind of resolution here. Because I'm just not sure. We made you hungry, Pam. I think she's grieving. I think, because she knows what happened. I can't say she's the only one. I think she had help. Whether that was Chris or whoever it was, she had help. So I can't say that she's the last person or the only person to see him. But I think she's grieving a loss, whether that is that he's gone from this world, or whether she placed him somewhere and he's never going to be home again. Because she, in my opinion, she made a choice. Chris gave her an ultimatum and said him or me. And she made her choice. Ginger, you think it was well planned? So tattoo is supposed to be a memory. Like Sebastian is gone. Well, and it could be both scenarios that I just talked about. If she's grieving the loss of her son. She's grieving the fact that he's never going to be home again because was he trafficked? Or because he's gone. Either way, he's a memory. I guess I'm going to go with that for the tattoo. He's a memory, but we don't know what kind of memory yet. He's showing the next interview. Oh my goodness. So it's on, huh? Is it WSMV4? Let me see if I can find it, guys. I'm looking.
The stabbing. Right now, we know that that male suspect is at Vanderbilt University Medical Center.
So first, thank you both for taking the time to come talk with me. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
So here we are. So it's an entire year after Sebastian's disappearance. There's no really Tell me what you're feeling now. Here we are 1 year later.
I struggle to put words to how it feels, honestly. The amount of ups and downs, the amount of like possible leads that haven't panned out. We every day, it's like waking up to this reality that it's actually real. And Sebastian should be home with us. He should be in school. He should be playing. He should be learning. He should be experiencing life. And until we can find him and until we can bring him home, we're going to keep doing everything we can to make sure that people don't forget about him. We're going to keep making sure that we spread awareness for him, and we're going to keep searching, and we're definitely going to keep praying.
You've told me you do want to stay positive. I know you both want to stay positive. That's all part of it. So in your mind, do you see Sebastian coming back through your front door? Do you feel he's okay? He's alive. He's out there.
I dream about it every day. I dream that one day I'm going to wake up and this is going to be a nightmare. But yes, I believe that my son is out there somewhere. I believe that we are going to find him. We are going to bring him home. And we're going to find a way to recover from this. And I'm going to watch him grow into a young man and, live the life that he deserves to have.
What would you say to him when he walked in that door?
Oh, God, I don't even know if I'd be able to speak. I'd probably bulldoze him down with hugs.
Let's laugh some more, Katie.
Honestly, when I picture that, I just picture being able to hug him, to hold him, to smell him. I just to be able to hear his voice, to hear his laugh, to see him just be with us and be okay is like I can't wait to see my son. I want to find him so bad.
You think he's coming home, right? How would you describe what you all have experienced this last year with so many unanswered questions still?
It's horrific, to be honest with you. I don't know how to describe what it feels like to watch the news, to go hang flyers in every store, every business, every place that you go to, and still find that some people don't even know about it. To hear that there might be a lead, and then just to sit there and have to wait and find out that it's not him yet. And
it's pure hell. I mean, there's nothing you can, there's no words, there's no way to put how this actually feels. And anybody that can, I don't see how. I mean, it's day-to-day life changes and you're stuck. It's almost like it feels like it's a Groundhog Day thing where it's the same thing over and over. You wait, you hope a phone call may come in, you may get something, may get a lead. Turns out to be nothing. That's how it feels.
Is he trying to cry?
What is that message? We were talking earlier last week. Tell me what that message is that you want to make sure our viewers hear from you tonight.
I want to thank everyone who is searching. I want to thank everyone who is spreading flyers, spreading awareness. I want to ask everyone not to forget, and I want to encourage people to keep helping and to keep bringing awareness, not only to our son, but to all of the missing children, because they all deserve to go home. And I would also like to say that if my son could hear it, that we love him so much, and that we are going to keep searching. We are going to keep looking. We are going to find him, and we are going to bring him home.
You're funny, Ginger.
Describe your hope right now.
I'm trying to be positive as I can, because I know that my son is out there. I struggle to find words to even describe how it feels anymore, because it's a living nightmare, to be honest with you. But at the end of the day, it's not about me. It's about the fact that Sebastian is out there, and that we are looking for him, and we're going to keep looking for him, and we're going to keep praying to God that he is okay. And we're going to bring him home.
Where is he, Katie?
Story, we know it's baffled our Hendersonville community. We know it's baffled the mid-state community. It's baffled much of the country as they hear about it. Is there anything that stands out to you that's the most baffling? Like you're just trying to understand?
How we've gone this long and still haven't found him, honestly, is I don't understand how we haven't found him yet.
Can't look at the
Why do you
camera.
think Sebastian is still missing?
That's tough to say. I mean, it was the largest manhunt in Tennessee history for a child, and absolutely zero evidence. There's nothing out there. Law enforcement's working due diligently. They are working hard over and over and over. You know, we appreciate everything they do. I mean, it is an active investigation, so I don't want to go into it. But
Oh, yeah, of course.
it is.
Can't talk about it, Chris.
It is mind blowing at the same time that it's been a year, and the amount of people that still don't know about this. It's unnerving, basically.
I know you
He's
both
got
want
gray in
to
his
get the word
beard
out as
now.
much as possible, and that's what this story, obviously, that's what we're trying to do as well. There are many people who still do not know that you all have hired a private investigator.
Oh my
What
gosh.
can you tell me about the video that he recently has discovered and
We don't
and
want to
wants
hear it.
share? I know this has been shared with authorities now.
Yes.
It has.
This is involving the neighborhood that you live in.
Mhm.
What can you tell me about that video?
It's eye-opening to see that this is something that recently has surfaced, and it's been this long. It's just taken that long to find something. And what the video shows is kind of mind-boggling. We went from potentially not having a sighting to potentially having a sighting.
Oh, bull.
And it kind of changes, like, wait a minute, now we may have something to actually work
Yeah,
off of
she
and
has
move
been,
forward
Cheryl.
with, and see where this goes. Exercise every avenue to its fullest.
No
It
stone
doesn't matter.
unturned.
But she still can't look up.
And Katie, you told me earlier you were determined to get to the bottom of this, to get to the bottom of that video.
Absolutely. Anything that could possibly be something that could lead us to him. We're going to keep looking. We're going to keep digging and keep finding and confirm if it is or isn't, because, I mean, if it's possible, then it's got to be confirmed.
How hopeful are you that this video truly has something that could lead to finding Sebastian?
I pray that if there is anything even remotely in it that could help us find Sebastian, I pray that it is I don't know how to word it, but it's followed up and found out and confirmed one way or the other, because, you know, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the video. I know it's in it. It actually gives us more rejuvenated hope that we may actually be onto something. We just have to run it down. We've got to figure this out. And with law enforcement doing what they can, and with the help of like TBI, the FBI, all of that. I mean, I believe Secret Service was involved in the beginning.
Here's my question for the two of them. They have so much interest in this man walking his dog on Kellen, but they have no interest in the flashlight video that is just feet away from their house. Can anybody explain that to me? Right? I mean, seriously, though. They have never, ever talked about the flashlight video. Why, guys? Why? Why have they never jumped on the flashlight video? But, oh, this guy walking the dog, that could be Sebastian. That is amazing to me.
and maybe they can look at this video as well. Let's bring people back to the table, and let's exercise every possibility of enhancing this video, looking at whatever, and tackling what it is to get an answer.
Now, this is your chance to respond, to speak out, to speak your mind, whatever it is that you want to say. But no matter what the story is, there are always people who will point fingers. What do you want to say to anyone out there who
Give
wants
me a
to say
break.
that one of you could have something to do with Sebastian's disappearance?
I would say to pause and to think, and I would say to consider the sources of information. Try to make sure that you're getting legitimate information. Avoid the rumors. And I would say that everyone should pause and remember why we all came together in the first place. And that is because Sebastian's missing, and because I'd like to believe that we all want to find him. And no matter what anyone's personal opinion is, that the most important thing still remains, that Sebastian needs to be found and Sebastian needs to come home. And I would just say thank you to everyone and anyone that is a part of that.
So let's say Sebastian is listening when this is running, and he hears you, he sees you. What do you want to say to him?
I would say that I love you so very much, and that I hope that you're okay. And I would say that know that we all love you, and that there are so many people that care and so many people that are looking, and hang in there and know that we're going to find you, know that we're going to bring you home.
How about Sebastian, get to a phone, call 911.
I miss him so much.
Hang in there. What does that mean?
So at this point, it's keep searching. People keep looking. Keep searching, keep looking. We keep putting up new flyers. I know a lot of places, they take them down after so long. We just keep going back and putting more up.
Oh, I see a tear running down her face.
I refer to my original request, just anyone that's willing, don't let him become forgotten. Don't let him become lost in the next story, not to supersede other children, because they all deserve just as much, if not more attention, because all children do. But I would say just please don't let him become forgotten and lost.
Don't worry, Katie. We're not going to let him be forgotten. Guys, look at how red she is. Are you seeing that? That's exactly what I was going to say, Pam. I feel when she's looking up, she's looking toward heaven. Yes, Michelle. Hello, by the way. Yes, Chris did say that. I know. Hang in there. What are they doing? And guys, why is she so freaking red? Look at her neck. I mean, look. Yeah, it's twice she mentioned other children. But look at how red she was. And she did have a tear going down her face, guys. But I'm sorry, I just have a hard time believing her. Here's what I'm wondering. Okay? You guys can tell me if you think I'm wrong. I'm just going to throw it out there. Is he all of a sudden going to appear? Whether he's gone or whether he's not. If someone has him, is he all of a sudden gonna appear somewhere? And if he's gone, I know they're talking about doing a big search again. SF is he just gonna suddenly appear? Just putting it out there, guys. Your son's ears and neck glow red when he lies. Yeah. Yeah, I've never seen anybody get that red. It's almost scary. It's almost like she's going to have a stroke. Seriously, people get red when they have a stroke. Let's continue. Oh man.
Because we're never going to stop. We're never going to let that happen if we can help it.
With his autism, is there anything else that we should add that you want the public to know right now?
I would say that he is what they would consider high functioning. He's not, he doesn't struggle with verbal communication, but he does, he does
Don't clutch
struggle
your chest.
sometimes with expressing himself is, I guess, the best way that I could put that. But he's so smart and he's so capable, and that I think the initial image of him that was portrayed was misleading to an extent.
Who gave us that
And
image,
I think
Katie?
that in the chaos of trying to get the initial information about him out, that various things got taken and misconstrued. So I would just tell everyone that he's smart, he's capable, he's funny, he's able to speak to you and to recognize things. You know, he's a teenager, and
Oh, she has watched Deception Detective and Mike Demand. Guys, what have both of those guys said? Even behavior panels said it, that they talk negatively about him. Now all of a sudden, oh, they have studied and prepared for this. Honestly, they really have. Wow. The only thing that's doing her in is her eyes, her deep breaths, her looking up to heaven, her looking down, and her red face. Oh my gosh.
you know, so he's a young man. Honestly, he just had a birthday, and I'm sure that his mustache is coming in more. I mean, he really is a good kid.
What do you miss most?
Where
about
is
your
he?
son?
Where'd you put him? Where'd you have him
I miss
taken
his
to?
smile. I miss his laugh. I miss going and doing fun things with him. I miss taking him to get a haircut and him saying, "Mom, feel my head." I miss cooking dinner with him. I miss game nights. He would play Uno until the sun came up if you let him. You know, he goes through phases of which games he's into, but you know, I miss him. I miss everything about him, the good, the bad. I miss his attitude. I miss, you know, him trying to eat all the sweets instead of dinner. I miss him stealing my Brussels sprouts while I'm trying to cook them.
I sense lots of joy that's being missed right now.
Green tea.
His jokes, the
Oh,
way he
man.
laughs when he tells a funny. He had there's a video that I put out that he was being goofy, and he had this like half gallon of green tea that he had.
Can you believe that Chris just did that? Green tea. Can you believe he did that? It made me want to vomit. Because I don't believe for a minute that Chris liked Sebastian. Just don't.
Gotten from the grocery store, and he thought of this joke, and he ran in the kitchen and he grabbed a green cup and he was like, "Mom, green tea." And it was just so funny, and I was just like, "Dude, hold on, you got to do that again." And I grabbed my phone and I was like, "You got to do it again." And he was like, "Green tea." And he was just like, it's not in the video, but he was just rolling because he just thought it was the funniest thing ever. And
He's got some quirky one-liners.
oh God, he was getting he was getting to where he had some good ones.
Sounds like a great sense of humor.
It was definitely developing. He was coming into his sarcasm. You know, like one of the other videos I released, when it's hard to hear, but we were bowling. And because he has a lot of fun with it. He actually was getting a lot better without bumpers. But he like rolled a good roll, and he turns around and he's like, "You got wrecked, Mom." And I was just like, what is happening right now?
She just looked up to heaven right
I miss
there.
that, you know, I miss being able to hang out with him, you know, because he's not little anymore, you know. Which we had a lot of fun when he was little, but when they get older, you know, you start being able to do different things with them, and you know, game nights are, God, they're a blast sometimes.
We didn't have pool days this year.
Pool days. That's big in the summer. He loves to go to the pool as much as possible.
Swimming.
Oh God, he loves to swim. He's I don't know if I put that picture out or not, but there's one that I took of him. He has on this like giant, I think it was a flamingo, and he was just like just being a cool guy.
Being a fun kid. For our viewers, before we end this, I guess your message for them is just keep hope alive.
Yes. Remember him.
Keep looking.
Share his face, because talking about him is what we want to do, but we want to make sure that people know his face. We want to know that people know who they're looking for, and we would just ask that everyone just kind of be aware of your surroundings in general. You never know, and all it takes is just one person that could make a difference. And go ahead.
I would say, if anything, constantly being vigilant, just looking out there, aware of what your surroundings are. Please, if you see something, call 911, call TBI. I know there's a lot of other things out there, but
we would encourage.
We just it needs to be segregated, like just a single point of right back to law enforcement. That's where it needs to go. Anybody that sees anything, just report it, please.
Do you feel that there's someone out there right now that knows something? They're just not saying it?
It's hard to say until we can run down this video and figure out what we're seeing. I don't want to speculate. I don't want to, because it's an active investigation. I don't want to add any more chaos that's already out there. We just want to keep this to the core, Sebastian.
Keeping hope alive.
Yes.
The
Keeping
search
hope
goes
alive.
on. We are hopeful, and we are praying for you.
Thank you.
We appreciate your time. Thank you for talking with me.
Thank you.
Which is to viewers.
My message would be, first and foremost, thank you. Thank you for helping spread his flyer, his story.
Infamous hands. There's the infamous hands, guys. I heard that they weren't even together right now. Oh, man. I need to let this one sink in a little bit before I talk about it, because they did some studying. That's all I got to say. they have watched Mike Demand. They have watched Deception Detective. They've watched the behavior panel. They studied for this. And why was Chris so quiet today? Where's that Apple Watch, right? Yeah. Where's the Apple Watch? Right. Where were you the last 9 months? What about the ODD? I know. What about the CPS reports, right? Yeah. Everything disappeared, guys. I mean, come on. It's just, wow. Wow, right? I mean, Katie, I will say, Katie has studied, but she still looks down and she still looks up, and she's all red. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on this video? I asked you what the last one you thought she lied. What about this one? Is she lying? And after this one, do you think, by what she said, do you think he's alive, or do you think he's no longer with us after what she said in this video? I love your emojis here. But seriously, guys, what are your thoughts on this video? There were times where I wanted to believe her. You can't even. Gotcha. There wasn't a moment there, K9, when you wanted to believe her? Because I had a couple moments where I wanted to believe her. Hung in there is stuck in my head now. Gotcha. I'm not saying I did believe her. I found myself wanting to. And I thought, wow. And that's when my first thought was, she's really studied about what she needs to portray. Yeah. Yeah, your mind says yes, but your heart says no longer with us. Yeah. Yeah. My mind wants to say yes too. I think because I don't know if it's my heart or my mind, right? Because I have a heart towards Sebastian, so but I don't know. I want to believe that he's alive. I seriously do. There was a part of me when Katie was talking, thinking that he may be out there somewhere. She was talking about his mustache would be coming in more and stuff like that. But was it a script? Right? I don't know. I really want Deception Detective's diagnosis on this video for sure. More on this one than the other one, right? Gotcha. Okay. I had to think about what that meant, Cheryl. But you don't think he's with us anymore. So what do you guys think? Do you think it's a possibility that he'll conveniently show up? Think about it. It's been a year. Yeah. I agree with you, Dreaming. Want to keep hanging on to hope, but there's so many red flags. There is. And honestly, it could go either way, right? He could be with somebody, or he could be gone. Right? I mean, we just don't know for sure. Yeah. Nope. What canine? You don't think that he'll just show up unexpectedly? The hoax thing comes to mind because they were pushing that video. Was there, Cheryl? I wasn't catching it. Maybe I forgot to stop looking for it. I mean, I stopped looking for it. What was the hoax thing again? Oh, that somebody carried Sebastian out or something. Isn't that what that was? You don't think he'll come out? I don't know. It's been a thought of mine, especially with that stuff saying he's going to organize a big search now. It's made me wonder. You know, but that is a good thought. When you think about they wanted to put him in a home. They had all the CPS reports pretty positive that Chris couldn't be anywhere around Sebastian because of those reports. And Chris was kind of telling Katie it's him or me, right? But now all of a sudden, oh, I miss him. Green tea. Oh, because they know that everybody likes that video. That's why. You know, oh, I want to play Uno with them. Oh, I want to go bowling with them. Oh, what happened to everything else? Now all of a sudden you want him? I don't believe that for a minute. Deception Detective spoke about hoaxers. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Cheryl, right? If he was so wonderful, why did they want to send him away? Why were they sending him to live with Seth? Why all the abuse, right? I mean, in the first videos, Sebastian, you're not in trouble. Come home. Why would you even say that? You're not in trouble. Why would you want your child to know that if he was gone? Yeah, It was no accident that they brought up the green teen video. That video has been making the rounds a lot, especially on X. In fact, I even shared it, right? So that has been making the rounds and they know it. Well, exactly. Exactly. But here's what I'm thinking. If he did, it would be awfully coincidental, right? For one thing. And it's been a year. Unless they left DNA when they put him there, there's not going to be, we won't know anything. That's why I'm kind of thinking it might be a possibility. I don't know. I don't want to give them any, if they're watching, I don't want to give them any thoughts. Exactly. So much information was put out in the beginning, and why did you put it out there, KP? Yep. Yeah. So much misinformation. He's so high functioning. He's very intelligent. Oh, he's this, he's that. Who's the one that put out that misinformation to begin with? Who's the one that talked negative about him in the beginning? Right? Oh, of course, dreaming. She said her dad's having surgery tomorrow. Yes, of course. Definitely. I will say a prayer for him tonight. So yes, I mean, a lot of discrepancies from earlier videos to tonight's video. A lot, right? I think that, and somebody said this a while back. I don't know if it was, I don't remember who it was. I'm not going to say names because I don't know who it was for sure. But they said that the yes, absolutely dreaming. I lost what I was going to say again. Yeah, absolutely. Dreaming's dad. We definitely will. I wish I could think of where I was going with that, but I guess I'm going to have to, no worries, dreaming, no worries. I know better when I've got a thought in my head not to look at chat. But I do it anyway, right? I don't want to miss what you guys are saying to me, so it'd be really bad when we get bigger and I'm having a hard time keeping up with everybody, but right now I can keep up. That's what's nice about having a small chat. It's wonderful. But yeah. I don't know. I worry that the entire truth won't come out, right? Especially if he's found coincidentally. That bothers me. And I hope that's not the case. I want them to find him and build their case, continue to build their case, because they've got evidence, but they want to make sure that when they do press charges, they're going to stick, right? We don't want any problems. Whoever is responsible for taking Sebastian needs to be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law. Yeah. Way out of sight, somewhere secluded and private. And guys, in the South, that's not unusual. I mean, I get that in this day and age, there's cameras everywhere, but Ginger brings up a point. Secluded and private, a lot of mountains around that area. I mean, you got the Smoky Mountains right there. And I mean, you've heard of people like Loretta Lynn who said they grew up in a mountain cabin, things like that, Dolly Parton. There are still places like that in the mountains, right? That are secluded. It could very well be. Yes, I agree. They'll figure it out. I would worry a little bit if it was just Sumner County figuring it out. But you've got TBI, FBI, Secret Service, and so I honestly think that it's going to happen, just I would have thought it would have happened by now. Right. They can, watch homes, if they've got a lead, they can keep an eye, satellite and everything else nowadays, which is kind of scary if you think about it. If somebody wants to beam that satellite right in on your home, they can see, actually. That's kind of scary. But yeah. So they can watch and wait and see, if Sebastian has chores and he has to take out the trash or bring in wood, whatever. They can watch. So there's hope. There's always hope, guys. There's always hope. So my grannyism for tonight is, if we could spread love as quickly as we spread hate and negativity, what amazing world we would live in. I saw that on Facebook today. I don't know whoever said it, but I thought it was awesome. And so spread a little love tonight. Yes. I hope so. For Sebastian's place, sake. I hope so. I really hope so. He deserves it, right? He really does. All right. So I'm going to let you guys go for tonight. Spread a little love. And we will see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening, everybody. Thank you for watching another episode of Granny's Crime Busters. We really appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to subscribe and like and even share the content. You can follow us on any of our other social media platforms at YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. We really appreciate you guys, and you can also email us at granniescrimebusters@gmail.com. Thank you so much, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.